Hello humans! Welcome back to my makeup room, which today is my kitchen because I have a lovely little countertop in here and it's way easier to film on a counter than my tiny makeup desk where I make many messes. So here we are. I also have some lovely nails, perfect for this occasion. And today, the occasion is my blush collection. I've been meaning to continue filming my collection series, and today is the day we're starting again. I have already filmed my bronzer collection. I'll try and link it down below. And let's just get started. These are the containers that I store my blushes in. This little one has the creams and liquids. We'll just set that to the side. These are my bigger compacts. We have duos and a little face palette in here. And we'll come back to this one as well. I also have some face palettes that have blushes in them set to the side. But let's just start with my individual blushes. This is just a little acrylic container from Amazon that I use. And let's get started. Let's start with my newest blush. This is the Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter in Truth. And now I use this as a glowy blush because it is a cute little pink kind of a shade. It's a peachy pink. Yeah, I think you can see that. Very nice color, not too dark, but a nice glowy blush, which I enjoy. Now let's do a little comparison, shall we? My other glowy blush, this is MAC Extra Dimension blush in Into the Pink. And this is going to be a more cool toned pink and a little bit lighter. You can see how well I've used this one. And this one, you can definitely see the shade difference, but they have a very similar finish, and I do enjoy it. Let's carry on with my second MAC blush. This is the Lunar New Year limited edition version. This is Dynastic Fantastic Powder Blush, and when you open it up, you can see we have two different shades. We have an orangey shade and a cool tone pink, so you could mix them together if you so chose. Let's swatch them individually first. Very cool tone, very orange toned. Gonna do that. And I will also do a little mix, and we get more of a coral. Another peachy shade, we have Persona Super Blush in Georgia, and that's what it looks like. Very peachy. These are pigmented and chunky. So it's a very bright peachy coral shade, as I hope you can see, but that's what we look like. The last sort of peachy shade we have in my singles is the Hourglass blush in Dim Infusion. And it's got that marbled effect. And it's very sort of nude, peach, fair kind of a thing. It's a nice sort of natural blush kind of an option. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop in 12 Pink Pop. And this is a very buildable blush. I have mine in sort of this cool tone pink shade. And you can go very subtly with this, or you can really build it up, but it is very buildable. You can go very heavy-handed and it won't overwhelm you with pigment, which is very nice to have in a formula with a bright shade like this. Next we have an Ofra blush. This is a little mini guy. This is New Cheer. I got this in, oh, there's an expiration date on it. How handy. I got this in like a Christmas set, I believe. And it is a pink with gold reflect. Another one of the glowier options. It's a touch dark for me. Now we're going to get into the Balm. I have 3 blushes from the Balm. This is the Instain blush in Argyle, the Down Boy blush, and the Frat Boy blush. I wonder if these will all fit on my arm. Let's start with the Argyle blush. It's a nice cool tone pink, matte, but a nice shade. The Down Boy blush is even cooler toned. A very blue-based pink. The Frat Boy is more of a peachy pink. Why did I use my pinky? This was a terrible swatch. Anyways, there we have it. All of my single blushes swatched on my arm. And now it's time to get into my duos. Let's start off with the most obscure. I guess this should be in my single section. This is a little magnetic palette, and in it I have 2 blushes. This is Benefit Dandelion. It's a very fair, nice, natural pink color. This is one of my favorite blushes for a long time. And this is Cleonid Cosmetics in the shade Cleonid. And again, this could be either a highlight or a blush. I use it as a blush. It's a very reflective, very glowy, and very beautiful. And this one lasts very well on the cheeks. Next we have the Cover FX Blush Duos. I have 3, obviously. I have Pink Dahlia, Mojave Mauve, and Soft Peach. This one is Pink Dahlia. And these I like. They have a matte side, they have a glowy side. You get the best of both worlds. You can mix them, you can match them, you can just use one. And they're very, very pretty. I love that I have 3 of these. The original one I had was Mojave Mauve. And this one is a touch dark on me. And I don't know why, I just don't gravitate to it as much as some of my other blushes, although it is a very similar shade of a lot of my other blushes. But these are nicely pigmented, so I just find it a touch dark, and I don't use it super often, but I still enjoy it. And finally we have Soft Peach. This is a nice natural peachy kind of a blush. Nothing too crazy, just a lovely, lovely blush. Alright, before I wipe my arm off, let's try and fit the Natasha Denona Love Glow palette. Cute packaging, very crafty, very nostalgic, and this is a nice palette. These are all glowy blushes. And this one is really a highlight shade, but I'm too pale, so not on me. Let's start with the powders before I get all creamy. We have Diamond Powder. We have Super Glow. One very peachy, one very cool tone, and very sparkly. I really hope this is picking up on camera. And we have Glow Cream Base and Glow Impact Powder, which is more of the highlight shade. But could be mixed to get a blush. There we go. That's that arm done. Next we've got my Jouer blush bouquets. I have the Flirt Duo, the Coquette Duo, and the Adore Duo. Adore is almost a peachy shades. They're sort of the most natural, neutral looking. Flirt has one of the palest blush shades. And then this mauve-y cool tone. Is it cool tone? It's sort of a mauve-y shade. But this is super pale. So it's good to mix with when you're a ghost like me. And lastly, we have the Coquette Blush Duo. And these are definitely more on the mauve-y, purpley shades. I really like this one. This shade is far too dark for me. But you can kind of mix them together and cheat your way through. Let's get into face palettes. My Hourglass Ghost palette has 2 blushes. Let's see if I can figure it out. Strobe Blush Iridescent Rose and Blush Sublime Flush. Iridescent Rose, Sublime Flush. That's them there. This one is much more sparkly. Then we have the MAC Shiny Pretty Things Face Compact in Fair. And the blush is called Sweater Weather. That's what we look like. It's a peachy shade, and these are the Extra Dimension powders, so they're, oh shoot. I just dropped it, so this highlight decided it wanted to make an appearance. So these are the Extra Dimension powders, so they're not very powdery. They're more like, I don't know, gelée or something. And that's that, a bright little corally peach. The Wander Beauty Trip for Two Duo has a bronzer and a blush. And the blush is in Bellini. And again, it's a nice little peachy shade. I didn't realize how many peachy blushes I had. But it's very nice and good for my fair skin. Finally, in the powder blush category, we have this Pure 4-in-1 blush book. I only have 2 of the blushes remaining in here. We have Honest and Passionate. So Honest is more of a neutral blush, and Passionate is a very blue, purple, mauve-y blush. These are very pigmented and also very powdery. But the pan design is super cute. The final category is my cream and liquid blushes. Alright, let's start off with my Nude Sticks blushes. I have one of the Nudies in Naughty and Spice and the Nudies Bloom in Cherry Blossom. So, the Naughty and Spice is just the Nudies formula, and this is a bit more matte than the Bloom formula. The Bloom formula, this is Cherry Blossom Bay, is much more sheeny and creamy and glowy and juicy. They're both nice. Naughty and Spice is sort of more of a fall vampy kind of a look, and Cherry Blossom Bay is very spring toned. Next we have the newest cream blush in my collection. This is the Fenty Beauty blush in Petal Poppin', and it's a nice natural sort of peachy pink. Ooh. swatching very brightly, but it goes on pretty subtly. You can build it up quite easily. And I'm very fair, so everything's gonna pop on me. Next we have 2 blush bombs from Flower Beauty. This pink one is Bubbly, and this orange one is Nectar. Now, I've not actually used these ones yet. I used to have a darker shade that didn't work for me, and I really liked the formula, but the shade didn't work, so I decluttered it. So these are the replacements, but I've not actually worn these on my face yet. Very cool tone, sort of bubblegum pink, and a very orange kind of a blush. Last up, we have 2 blushes from M Cosmetics. Now, this is a jar from The Ordinary because the packaging on one of them was faulty. This one is Pink Nectar, and I believe this one is Milky Pink. Pink milk? Something with milk. Anyways, so the packaging didn't work, so I depotted it into this Ordinary squeezy thing. So that's the milky shade, and this one is Pink Nectar. See, these droppers don't really work. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, that concludes this video of my blush collection. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and ring the bell to become a Pavlovian dog. I'm planning on doing my highlight collection next. And I will see you next time. Bye!